Ever found yourself consumed by the green-eyed monster of jealousy? It's a common ailment, one that can insidiously creep into our lives, tainting our relationships and eroding our sense of self. We all have been there, that gnawing feeling of envy, the bitter taste of resentment, the crippling weight of jealousy. It can consume our thoughts, distort our view of the world, and drain our joy, yet it's part of the human experience. But what if there's a way to free ourselves from these destructive emotions? To conquer jealousy, first, we must recognize it. Think of it as a weed growing in the garden of your mind. It's sneaky, often disguising itself as harmless thoughts or emotions. Common signs of this green-eyed monster include feelings of inferiority, resentment, or a persistent habit of comparing oneself to others. Perhaps you've noticed these feelings creeping in when you scroll through social media, or when you hear about a friend's latest success. This is not uncommon, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. But it is something to be aware of. The key to identifying jealousy is honest self-assessment. It's about looking inward, peeling back the layers of your emotions, and asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? It's not always comfortable, but remember, this introspection is crucial. Recognizing jealousy is the first step towards overcoming it. And with awareness, we can begin to weed out this unwanted intruder from our minds. Next, we change the way we look at things. Shifting our perspective is a powerful tool in removing jealousy from our thoughts. It's all about reframing our mindset. Consider this. Instead of viewing envy as a negative emotion, we can turn it into a powerful motivator. When we find ourselves envying someone else's success, we can use that feeling as fuel to strive harder, to reach for our own goals with renewed vigor. But it's equally important to appreciate what we already have. In a world that constantly promotes more, better, faster, it's easy to overlook the blessings that we already possess. By practicing gratitude, we can open our eyes to the abundance that already surrounds us. This brings us to the concept of cultivating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When we believe that there's enough for everyone, that success and happiness aren't finite resources, jealousy loses its grip. It's a perspective shift that makes room for generosity, kindness, and celebration of others' achievements. At the heart of it all lies self-love and acceptance. When we learn to love ourselves, warts and all, we lessen the need to compare ourselves to others. We understand that our worth is not defined by what we have or don't have, but by who we are as individuals. Remember, change begins from within. Embrace this shift in perspective and watch as jealousy makes way for contentment, peace, and happiness. Now let's put it all into action. The journey to freedom from jealousy begins with a single step, and that step is practicing gratitude. Recognize the good in your life. It's not about comparing your blessings with others, but rather appreciating what you have. This simple act can shift your focus away from what others have and towards the abundance in your own life. Next, invest in your personal growth. In the grand scheme of life, it's your journey that matters, not someone else's. Identify areas where you want to grow and take steps towards achieving those goals. This could be learning a new skill, taking up a hobby, or even reading a book. Sometimes, the weight of jealousy can be overwhelming, and that's okay. Don't hesitate to seek professional help when it all gets too much. Therapists and counselors are equipped with tools and techniques to help you navigate these tricky emotions. Lastly, foster healthier relationships. Cultivate connections where you uplift each other instead of fostering a sense of competition. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and most importantly, celebrate your victories with you. Remember, these steps are not quick fixes. It's a journey that requires continuous effort. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. It's about learning to let go of envy and embracing a life filled with contentment and peace. With persistence and patience, you can free yourself from the chains of jealousy. So where do we go from here? Well, we've navigated the weight of jealousy, recognized its presence, and shifted our perspective. We've also explored practical steps to free ourselves from its grip. Each of these are crucial milestones on the road to a jealousy-free life. As we wrap up, I encourage you to reflect on these points, and if you're comfortable, share your own experiences and insights. Remember, the journey towards a jealousy-free life begins today. Embrace it,